where did you reach to kind of get into your like raw, like emotional and very psychological, intense scenes? Because it was like scary, creepy, good. Like I left like kind of almost like haunted in a good way,
Yeah.
and also just like the like movie tone and everything is just so well directed. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. But,
Thank you very much. I mean, look, when you get actors of that caliber, it's also likewise, you have to trust them. You don't always have all the answers. And I had to trust Calvin. There were certain moments when he's like, I'd love to try it this way. And I said, sure, let's do it. You know, a lot of that starts in the writing. So JC and I worked very intimately in making sure we had sketched out the characters in the way that, you know, felt as complete as possible. But the writing is the writing. When somebody has to live something, then it's a translation from one format to another. So our rehearsal process was a big part of that. And the rehearsal wasn't even necessarily about figuring out all the scenes.
Did you have a rehearsal process prior to shooting? Or?
Yes, this was, we did about a week and a half. And this was just getting into a room and the actors reading some of the scenes and talking to each other and getting comfortable with each other and getting comfortable with me. Because to go to those really scary places, again, it's trust.
Can I ask, was the decision to have a rehearsal process, most movies don't do that anymore, especially movies at this budgetary level. It's just almost impossible to get done. Did you make that decision and then have to remove something from your shooting schedule or anything like that in order to be able to have that week and a half with the actors?
Yeah,
it's a huge decision.
We had to make some sacrifices. You know, there's things that had to be sacrificed, but I said there's no way we're not doing this without rehearsal. My background's in the theater as well. And it's just, there are too many scary places we have to go to in this film to not have the actors have some kind of intimacy. My biggest fear is when you watch a movie and you're like, oh yeah, those two people, they met at craft service this morning, you know, and you can just feel it on the screen, and that would never work in this film.
Especially with parents and children in movies, too.
Exactly.
You can
and they were,
really feel it
Naomi
sometimes.
and Tim were so great. I mean, Naomi invited you over to her house, and
we had dinner. The first thing we did was read JC's play with our acting coach, and we sat and read all and talked about it and had a discussion about the themes that were there and the themes that are in the movie now and the comparisons and how are we going to kind of work through that and what's the relationship and how did it grow, and it was like all this. I was like, oh wow, this is what
and
the
Tim
professionals
would also
do.
invite him to hang out, and they both, you know, both Tim and Naomi like talked about the ways they wanted to actually just parent Kelvin too as people. I mean, they're incredibly accomplished actors, and here's a guy who's going to be doing this for a very long time. So there was that relationship off screen that was going to inform the relationship on screen.